So subliminal messaging. So here's my question. Does TrueWonders use subliminal messaging in their content and also in this logo? Hey, Will, how's it going?
Hey, Sarita. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, long time no see.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. We're here doing our official first recording of In the Gap, which is basically a podcast where we're just going to be chatting away on some hot topics that are thought-provoking. For first-time viewers that are saying, what the heck is TrueWonders? In 30 seconds, tell us what TrueWonders is.
So thank you, Sarita. That's a great introduction. So TrueWonders is 3D animated content for kids. Is the main production that we're working on right now. And so we are working on that diligently with animators. It's fully 3D animated Bible stories. But in the meantime, we're also producing some other content, some side content. So keep an eye out for TrueWonders, the channels. We are on all social media.
Very nice. So is that what I'm seeing behind you? A little bit of TrueWonders.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So we have, I just put up some slides here from our 3D animations. And you can see here, Pharaoh, there's Pharaoh and the princess and two of his ministers over here. We also have Moses. I think if you look over here, you'll see Moses over here. And so we have a lot of work already ongoing. Well, 3D animations, and these are just stills from those animations.
Just a little bit of foundation. So I was taking a look at the logo, and I'm just going to pull the logo up on the screen for a brief moment before I ask you my next question. So here's the logo, TrueWonders of the Bible through all ages. Okay. I want to chat about this logo, but before I do that, I want our viewers to look at this logo for a moment, okay? And I want to just chat about logos in general, okay? So I'm going to take this logo down, get a good picture of it, okay? I'm going to take it down for a moment. There we go. So logos in general, there's a lot of meaning put behind and thought put behind logos, right? And there's also a lot of subliminal messaging that is out there in all sorts of logos. And so it can be positive, it can be negative, but there is subliminal messaging. So for our viewers out there, if you're not sure, I mean, it is, some people don't believe, they just flat out say there's no such thing as subliminal messaging. Google it, look it up. It's there, it's true. So I'm going to read you what Google says, what subliminal messaging is. So I'm going to read this right off here. I just Google search subliminal messaging meaning. There's a whole bunch that pops up, but here we go. Subliminal messages are visual or auditory stimuli that the conscious mind cannot perceive, often inserted into other media such as TV commercials or songs. This kind of messaging can be used to strengthen or heighten the persuasiveness of advertising or to convey an altogether different message entirely. So subliminal messaging. So here's my question. Does TrueWonders use subliminal messaging in their content and also in this logo?
It's a fantastic question, Sarita. So before I answer that, let me just add a little footnote to what you just read about subliminal messaging and the definition of it, because it comes from the same place where hypnosis comes from, in neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP, and the various names that they came out for the same thing afterwards. But what subliminal messages are intended to do is basically influence you to do something that you would, under normal circumstances, not have done. So they want to influence you. It's a marketing ploy as well, right? To make you buy something, to persuade you. It's part of persuasion, which is marketing. So it intends to bypass the so-called critical factor by using the unconscious. And so I will just tell you that is not how God operates. He's open and he's honest and he's straightforward. He's not subversive. And so we do not use subliminal messaging in any way in TrueWonders. There's no subliminal messaging in the animations, and there's no subliminal messaging in the comics, and there's no subliminal messaging in the logo or any of the trademarks or anything like that.
Really? At all?
So one of the famous ones was 1957, I think, was Coca-Cola. In New Jersey, I think it was New Jersey, they tried to do subliminal messaging using one frame before the movie started in the, I think it was the...
I heard of that.
What do you call it? The pre-videos or pre-movies that they show.
Right.
Pre-screens.
In the theaters. In
the theater, they put one frame of a delicious Coke, that's with the condensed condensation on it, the Coca-Cola, and somebody, drinking the Coke. And so they claimed, 60% to 80% more sales by showing that one frame, because your conscious mind cannot pick it up. It's so fast.
It's such a flash.
It's just a flash.
You can't see it.
You don't know what you saw. You might have seen the screen just flicker, but
so your mind just picks up, oh, you know what? I'm thirsty.
That's right. So your unconscious, you pick it up unconsciously. And but now that story has another caveat, because I think later on the guy admitted that it was a hoax. They didn't really do it, but who knows? I don't know. But it is a real thing, because many companies started doing it, and now it's a complete technology. I mean, it's a whole science behind it.
All right. So here we have TrueWonders. It's got some, the red, fun, animated block letters. So tell me about the block letters.
The idea here was to use to get the comic, a comic book feel in the logo. So these letters are supposed to have a comic, 1960s or 1970s comics, that feel in it.
That retro feel.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then underneath it, there's a book, and it says "of the Bible through all ages." So just curious, what TrueWonders of the Bible through all ages. So tell me how you came first to specifically to TrueWonders.
Yeah, so TrueWonders, it was supposed to be True Miracles at first, but Miracles was taken, so it ended up being TrueWonders. But this captures a number of things, because there is meaning in this. It's nothing subliminal, but there is meaning that we want to convey what this is. So obviously it's based, the Bible is there, that is the foundation. Mm-hmm. And then since we believe the Bible is true, and all Christians should believe the Bible is true, because that is, what we physically have. Mm-hmm. And we are truth bearers. Jesus is the truth. So true is there. And then the wonders refers to the supernatural aspects, the supernatural God that we have, the supernatural stories in the Bible, the miracles, and supernatural blessings and things, right? And
Right.
just the supernatural preservation of the Word of God through many hundreds and even thousands of years, and that this is truth, that this is the kind of supernatural that is true. People are naturally drawn to the supernatural or to the miraculous, superhuman. Kids are drawn to
Yes.
fairy tales and
Hey,
Santa
even
Claus.
adults are.
Even adults are, right?
Absolutely.
So we are drawn to things. Kids are drawn to fairy tales and Santa Claus and superheroes. Superheroes are supernatural beings, or beings with supernatural abilities. And then you have martial arts movies, and these things, they also have athletes there that do supernatural feats, right? It's all supernatural.
Right. Absolutely.
Now, unfortunately, now we want to steer them away from supernatural that's not biblical supernatural. We want to steer them to the Bible, right? To the true supernatural. Because this is what, if we believe the Bible is true, that it's not a bunch of fairy tales and fables like some people believe, but that we believe this is true, then this is the kind of supernatural way we want to steer people towards the legal supernatural with the Holy Spirit, and not into other types of supernatural like witchcraft.
I think we're made to, like, this is my opinion, we're made to be creative beings, and we are drawn to the supernatural because innately we know that there is more out there. There is more than what we see, more than the natural. There is supernatural. And so I think that having a creative imagination and having, superhero content and whatnot is okay. And that's my opinion. You might disagree. I think that it's okay. And I think that it's good. However, I think that then to have this and say, but guess what? There are real superheroes with supernatural powers throughout history. Let's take a look at them, because, and it's important to teach also that there's a difference between fantasy versus real, right? So if I were, because we have creative writers out there, we have creative, we are meant to be creative beings. And so, if I create, beings and characters, they're not against, by any means what I believe in. I don't worship them whatsoever at all. I'm just a creative person. And, yes, maybe I want to create a superhero that helps people and saves, like, flies in and saves the day. But that's where teaching comes in, like these, it's fact versus fiction. And we need to be then teaching and pointing people back to the true wonders, right?
Correct.
So let's just go back. I actually really love that you didn't go with with true miracles, because that with wonders, it sounds more superhero. You got Wonder Woman and wonder, the seven wonders of the world. It gives a broader,
It's broader, right?
it's broader, where miracles,
Yeah.
then it's just miracles, where wonders are it opens things up to the wonders and various miracles and various wonders throughout the Bible. And so, which you have sitting over top of a Bible, right? Is that, I'm guessing that book is the Bible, of the Bible through all ages. So tell me about, so it says, instead of just leaving it there and having it over top of a Bible, you've added of the Bible through all ages.
So what do you think the through all ages would mean?
So when I see the theory, and it's interesting because when I read that, I see through all ages could mean through all physical ages. So through age 3 to age 99 to 109.
Right.
Or it could be through all ages, meaning time, through all time, through, you know, 500 BC to 2022.
Correct. Yeah, you got it. So that's exactly what it is. It has a double meaning there, because we are our Bible, the biblical narrative covers time, since the very beginning and through the end of time. And we have a God that, of course, is not limited by time at all. So it's those kinds of ages that go through time, and then we want it to be something that appeals, that in the entertainment aspect of it, to appeal to people of all ages. We are targeting kids, but we want it to appeal to everybody.
Excellent. So now you've already said and set the foundation that there's no subliminal messaging going on here.
Right.
So we don't have to look at that. So then when I look at the top left-hand corner and I see two figures there, we're talking about superheroes, is that a superhero walking away with somebody they've rescued? Or is this like, I guess, what is that?
Oh, it's just that is a special picture to me.
Okay.
And if you'll stop sharing for a minute, then I can share where it comes from.
Okay.
But so there we go. Yeah, so this is just my son when he was about 6 months old. And I was going through a difficult time in my life. And I was walking him asleep on the outside beautiful fall day. And I prayed for him. And this picture was taken. And it so happened that this picture, while I was praying, we discovered that it had this strange glow around it.
Right. Okay. It does have a glow.
Yeah. And it didn't appear in the other pictures. There were several pictures taken this day. So this is just a very special picture to me, and I think to me it represents the closeness of God, the love between a parent and their child, right? That relationship. And then we are also, children of God, right? We have a God that says, "Call me Father."
Yes.
Which is really special, and that touches Muslims, for example. Allah is not like that.
Right. It's you were saying, it has a special meaning for you, you and your son, but that you were praying. But you were talking about the closeness about, a father and a son, but here we have, let's call it multi-generational, a holy father, son, and grandson, right? Like it's father, son. Right. And so it's really, when I see this glow, I see the three. I see, so as you're praying that, yes, that it's not just father, son, but God the Father has joined you. And so that unity, which is pretty cool. So
yeah,
anyway.
and I blew this picture up and I put it in my house, and what it means to me is also, it reminds me to thank God every day for the privilege of raising this boy for a time, of the privilege of being his father. God gave me that privilege, right, to be the father of this soul for a short time. And that's a great privilege.
It is.
And to me, and that's what this picture reminds me of as well.
It is. Enjoy it. Yeah. Children are definitely a blessing from God.
That's right.
So interesting. So that's what that figure was around the TrueWonders logo.
That's correct. And yeah, and so I think it sort of, to me, it rounded off the logo. It rounded off the logo because it brings in that care, that parent-child relationship, and the everything about responsibility and desire to educate and to protect and all of these things is captured in that one image.
So next steps, like what so right now you had said that the animation series, the pilot is underway, and then what is the next step after that?
Yeah, so we want to finish the trailer on the pilot and then get the rest of the series funded. So that'll be what we're looking forward to. But the whole thing is, we have a production team who are working diligently on various projects. A lot of things are happening simultaneously.
There you go. There you go. And that includes animators, your voice actors, plus you have an entire sound production team, because they've created scores for this whole pilot, right? For the animation series.
Scores, original music, singing. Yeah, we have very talented people on the team.
Yeah, what a blessing. I'm excited. So if you're a viewer and you're tuning in and you are also excited, this is not just for kids. So I did have a sneak peek at the pilot, and I must say that there is adventure, there is suspense there, even though you know what the story is about. It still has this humor, this suspense, this adventure, everything that you need to know. This isn't just for kids. I just have to say, anyways, this is going to be a really exciting, fresh animation series that is long overdue. Yes, well, thank you. So if you're subscribed or if you're listening in, I encourage you to please like, comment, share, but subscribe so that you can keep up to date, and also listen to some more of our chats, because some of our chats are going to be a little bit more controversial, and we would love to hear from you. We want to hear some feedback and hear what your thoughts as a viewer are as well too. So thank you for joining us, Will. Thank you for this first episode of In the Gap. And yeah, that's it. I wish you a good evening.
Thank you, Sarita. See you, everybody.
Okay, bye.